there you are. Let me introduce the team.
Panis.
You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru.
Ay, wek.
Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very popular with young people. He's developed a distinct and
Panis.
enduringly popular style. Satomi is
Galing
Yai
naman pala
Publishing
nun.
House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories and all under different pen names.
Oh,
As
panis.
for what those names are, well, that's a trade secret.
Mga big time,
They will be
guys.
teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks a first-hand guide to summoning spirits off its perch. So, feeling better about my plan now?
It definitely makes sense.
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preferences.
Okay.
All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustrations, and lots of action. This is the formula that will guarantee good sales numbers. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one question. What are we actually gonna write about? For example, we know we need an original core concept.
Panis.
How do we come
Talino
up
na
with
Paimon.
one?
Before you can answer that question, you have to understand your target audience. Take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the Kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and
Oh, eh?
interesting ideas. It all comes down to the size of the information gap between author and reader. As a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma. What is commonplace to you may be fresh and original to them.
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in Mondstadt and Liyue. But that would make it a completely different genre than a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. Is that gonna be a problem?
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do is provide some interesting ideas based on your travel experiences. As long as the core content is interesting, my expert team here will be able to flesh out the details.
Alright, let's start with Chapter 1 then.
Ang hirap naman ito.
What are you thinking?
Workshop art. A Dragon and a Gun Adventure. Reincarnated in another world. Encounters with airborne emergency rations. What? Airborne emergency rations pala. Ito na lang.
This sounds like a great one!
Kay 20.
Let's see here. The protagonist arrives in Mondstadt for the first time to the sight of a dragon flying around and wreaking havoc on the city. With the help of some trusty companions, the protagonist successfully defeats the dragon. But then, the dragon suddenly turns into a beautiful young woman. Huh? Human, let us work together to build a better future. The love story between human and dragon begins today? Well, that was an unexpected development.
Lang, cute.
What happened to the grand adventure?
Ang cute. Kaya so ito pwede isend. Ito na lang. Ayan.
What? But that's so misleading.
How cute.
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9. The story certainly goes in an unorthodox direction, and the Dragon Girl sounds destined to be a hit character. Approved.
What the heck?
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light novels you've read in the past. I think you really understand what we're trying to do here. Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this general framework to make an interesting story?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Okay.
Won't that do for now?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain. Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would carry you a little further before it came to this. But alas, the time has come prematurely.
Before it came to what? What's happened?
The bane of our existence, writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain worse than death upon the writer. They sell their
Amazing.
souls just to get their muse back.
Sounds awful.
When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite to eat and take a proper break. Boss, get me a plate of fried tofu, and get some kushikatsu for these two. Just the basic kind will do. Don't worry, this is my treat.
Ang cute.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko, we'll be getting paid for all the hard work we're doing, right?
Of course, everyone that takes part in the creative process will be paid.
Nice one.
Alright, cool. Then let's
Pero
press
hindi
on,
sinabi
shall
ng
we?
moron.
Don't give up now. For the sake of our paycheck, get your brain going! Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back?
Nakinulik. Enter nito a JV shop actually. Ito ka trip tuloy. Tour guide turned out to be Rex Lapis. Uy, wag yun! Pero sige nga.
Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue and befriends a young man who doesn't have the money to pay for anything. Only later do we find out that this young man is none other than Rex Lapis himself. With the help of the Qixing and the protection of the Adepti, I am free to roam this vast realm. Is this the kind of cheap thrill that guy was talking about?
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, there are a great many legends about Rex Lapis. I'm sure it will spark the people's curiosity. I, for one, think there's a sizable market for this.
Panis.
Approved.
Alright, well, let's just hope Zhongli doesn't mind.
Great.
Loko ka, ba't mo
now
sinasabi sa ibang
Satomi
tao?
can get started on that.
Leave it to me, Lady Yai.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt decree or your experience in the Resistance.
Farewell literature.
Any ideas?
Starting a resistance soldier. Stuff this command, let's get rid of. Ito? Kasi yun naman talaga yung nangyari.
When the Vision Hunt decree comes out of nowhere, the protagonist joins the Resistance, starting out as an ordinary rank-and-file soldier. Find out how the protagonist goes on to make great contributions to the war effort, become best friends with the Resistance General, and get to know the Guji of the Grand Narukami Shrine, working together with everyone to finally secure a grand victory for the Resistance. It's surprisingly
Surprisingly normal.
normal.
I think it's rather good. A lot of people still like the classic hero's journey. From
Lahat na lang.
ordinary soldier to great leader, a fresh take on a timeless classic. One thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes
Ang
come
haba.
true. The protagonist
Ay, joke
uses
lang.
this spell to defeat the Raiden Shogun in battle. That should do the trick.
Whoa.
Oh,
So we're really
oo
going
nga, no?
head-to-head with our
Parang
rival
katulad
on
nung
this
ano.
one, huh?
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the manuscript, I'll write the passage where the protagonist recites the incantation myself.
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a first-hand guide to summoning spirits?
The content is fine. Now we just need to promote it. I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. We'll also need an endorsement on a paper band around
Miss
the book.
Hina.
I can get the wonderful Ms. Hina to write that. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. The people of Inazuma absolutely adore her. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yai Publishing House at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation.
Okay.
Once our light novel is complete, let's meet at the
Daming
writer's submission
gagawin.
event.
Please.
Oh! Kaharapan. Teka lang, gusto ko mag-picture. Baka ngayon lang tayo makakapasok dito.
There's still a long road.
Kaya pwede maganda mag-picture. Dito. Pan-equip na natin tong sili. Yan.
Let me think. What spell does Lady Kitsune teach to the protagonist? Ah, I've got it.
Ano?
I've got to make sure it sounds suitably mysterious.
Okay. Hello? Ay, hindi. Pwede talagang pumasok dito. Pero ngayon lang ako nakapasok. O baka dahil ngayon lang sa update.
A pleasure to be working.
Continue tayo sa taas. Meron dito. Oh, tables. Ayan, mga pagkain. Tapos, to. Pwede ba bumili dito? Okay, salamat. Anyway, let's go. Pwede ba ako? Kuroda.
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji that's asking, we'll see what we can do.
Si ano to,
With
diba?
Miss Hina getting so popular lately,
Pangalan nito?
a lot of people have come to us hoping to do a collaboration. But
Character
Miss Hina's not
avatar ni
interested
ano.
in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters
Miss Hina.
and turns down every
Siya
promotional
pala familiar
opportunity she
kanina.
can.
Hindi ko lang maisip kung
Maybe
sino
that's why
yun.
her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, if we can get that endorsement from Miss Hina, you'll definitely get an exposure boost at the beginning.
Okay.
May your light novel sell well and set a new record for the Yai Publishing House.
We'll do our best.
Puta na siguro. Joke lang. Submit naman yung script.
Right now.
Wait, tama ba? Ay, ito na pala. Sabi na eh. Nako, no.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by Thousand Hands.
1,000 hands.
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around you so much recently, Paimon's slowly starting to understand your
Unique tastes.
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people to get this thing finished. Don't you think it's a very descriptive pen name?
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma.
Okay.
I'll announce the sales numbers in 3 days.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna work?
That's right. Be confident in your work. That's exactly how a light novelist should be.
Sim.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days for the results. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck.
Cute ng bangs mo. Naalala ko yung jowa ko. Wait for 3 days. How will I supposed to wait for 3 days? Mag-i-skip ako ng 2 araw. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Oh, matagal-tagal to guys. So, I think siguro, sana maalala ko to sa editing. Para ma-fast forward. Ang tagal. And another reset. And there you go. 3 days na ba yun? Ayun, sakto.
You've all finally made it. Good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves.
Basic.
Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies.
Woohoo! That's great!
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't
Basic.
sell 30% of what you've sold.
Malit na bagay.
I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and I'll notify you to come and collect it when the time comes.
Oh yeah! The whole reason why we made this light novel was to combat the influence of a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we accomplished our goal. How do we know whether it worked?
Oh, don't worry. The change is already underway. Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking about.
Ayun, ganda na nung
The
ano nila.
conversation has already
Nagkaroon na
moved
sila ng
on,
blur.
hasn't it?
Focus
Hey
sa
guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits at midnight, and your wish will come true!
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing. I've already memorized all the incantations.
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune? What's that?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other powerful yokai. They can make any of your wishes
Ang cute
come
naman.
true. I heard that the incantations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of mora and got it, but then one night it all turned to leaves and he developed a high fever. They actually had to use one of the
Seryoso?
secret spells of Lady Kitsune to get rid of the discomfort.
Oh.
That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before. Pretty much everyone I know is desperate to try it out. Just waiting for a moonless night.
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Panis.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone's shifting focus! But what's this moonless night that they're talking about? Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very important to us further down the line. All right, it's time to move on to the next phase of the plan.
Eh? There's a phase 2?
Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an author, right?
Oh yeah, if we leave him to his own devices, he might just write another guide to summoning spirits! Also,
Oh.
we still need to figure out what his motive for writing it was!
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify
Ay,
the author. He's a failed light novelist named
Failed light
Tomoyuki.
novelist. Grabe naman.
But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of having written the book. Yes, this is another case of possession. Only this time, whoever possessed him actively sought him out. After his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone, help me write a truly amazing novel!" After that, he lost
Oh.
consciousness.
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right? So what are we supposed to do?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use its own method to make it manifest itself. And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role. Oh, what are you talking about? The fun's just about to begin.
Okay, let's go. Gusto ko basahin. Pwede ba basahin? Saan na yun? Oo. Ang cute sa Paimon yung cover. The story is can be anything to read initially, but naman close on you. Contains Hina. Panis. May endorsement galing kay
Traveling to other worlds is all that anyone seems to
May
be writing
endorsement
about
galing
these
kay
days.
Goro.
Goodness knows what they find so disappointing about their own world.
Grabe yung item ko sa camera. Masyado mahina yung lighting ko. Sige nga. Oops, sumobra. Pero pwede na yan. Bam na nga. Pasok tayo sa loob, guys.
Nico, what is this place?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author.
Certain elusive.
This is the place where we are most likely to succeed in summoning the spirit.
Really? But it feels so eerie here.
That seems rather fitting, considering that we are dealing with the spirits of the deceased here. What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author of a first-hand guide to summoning
Grabe.
spirits.
Parang horror
Aren't you
lang ah.
excited?
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Paimon's pretty sure it's not because of excitement.
Come on, in we go.
Yeah, may ko trial kaya pa. Oo nga, sabi nga pala ni Mark.
Ooh, Paimon's scared. Stay close by, okay? Don't leave Paimon all alone.
Di kita iiwan. Wait. Siyempre main team na tayo. Wala magpapalit.